remember the bit of video I shot yesterday of me crawling underneath this and then back out and then in the cab and then underneath again and in the cab, taking stuff apart, trying to work out why none of the pump was working. I thought the actual cable had come off or broken on the pump. Well, it hadn't. What had actually happened is, if you look underneath there, you can see a bolt sticking up there. That bolt's on a spring. There's a micro switch in there that senses when the main boom arm comes down and sits in that cradle. And what happened is the guys had used this the day before, and Martin hadn't noticed that the boom was sitting properly in that cradle. So that bolt switch there wasn't pressed down. Now normally if that happens, you can't lift the legs up, because if that bolt is not down, pushed down and the switch on, it will not let you lift the legs up. It's just a safety thing on the machine that prevents accidents. Excuse me, pork curry is very nice. So the only fault I think we've got to fix right now is there's obviously something sticking on that bolt. Now it might just need a little bit of squirt on there, a bit of lubrication of some sort, just you know, perhaps it's got some sawdust or something around it, and it's not working properly. But that's all it was. I came out this morning with the guys and we started going through what it could be and what, and I happened to be standing here and I looked at that and I go, I could see the problem. And that's all it was. All we had to do was Martin had to hold the bolt down so it clicked in, because what had happened in between, obviously Martin managing to lift the legs up and driving home, vibration or got over a bump or a pothole, and we got plenty of those, the switch had knocked itself back out again. But because it had knocked itself back out, as far as the machine and the brains was concerned, the boom wasn't down. So that was the problem. All of that climbing around underneath there, getting filthy, dirty and everything else, and all it was a sticky switch. And do you know what? We ought to have known better, really, because it's not the first time that switch has caused us trouble. So anyway, so after all that, I do not have to take the machine in for repairs or anything like that. Literally all I got to do is maybe take that shield off and squirt a little bit of WD-40 or equivalent down the hole. I just thought you'd be interested to know that I wasted all that time yesterday on that. Right. Well, the weatherman said it was going to be really, really rough and really, really wet today. Well, it is quite rough and a bit wet. What are you doing out there? I know what you're doing out there. I know exactly what you're doing out there. Yeah, you could be guilty. She's escaping again and going in the yard and searching calf poo, because calf poo is milk, isn't it? And as far as you're concerned, it's blinking well delicious, isn't it? You should not be in there eating that crap. No, you shouldn't. And she knows it. Who wasn't indicated?
You.
It's your fault.
That's not my fault.
You were distracting me.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault.
You were there having a whale of time.
But I knew exactly where I was going.
Uh-huh.
You see?
Okay.
I was pretending that I was driving a Mercedes or a BMW. That's what it was. Or maybe an Audi. Yes, that's it. I was pretending that I was driving an Audi.
They indicate for you.
Hey? Well, no, Audi drivers don't indicate, do they?
Oh, no.
Or was it Volvo drivers? I can't remember now.
Oh, you BMW.
Is it BMW drivers?
And Audi.
Oh, yeah.
By parents.
There...
Not all of them. I'm not being stereotypical.
Stereotypical?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big word for you, isn't it? I'm impressed. Stereotypical. Morning world, and welcome to Thursday 21st of January. A couple of little thank yous. Thank you again to Martin for my box of chockies, which I'm going to enjoy in my coffee in a minute. I'm assuming that you also sent me this gate chain. There's no name on the receipt here, so you did say something else was coming, so I presume this is for you. If it wasn't from you, Martin, then thank you to whoever sent that. And also a thank you to Kieran McCann, who sent me this little fella, a Howard 155 rotor splitter. So that's now in my toy cupboard. We've had a few other parcels arrive yesterday and today, and I know we've got another one coming later on, but some of you enjoy watching me unwrap parcels, some of you think it's the dullest thing in the world, so for the former, I'm pretty sure I know what this one is. And in fact, if it is what it is, we'll actually install it straight away. I'm kind of hoping this is the new battery for my torch. A couple of comments I had on that, or why did you buy the battery locally? I would, if I could, but the nearest wholesaler to me is kind of Stroud, which is 16 miles, not really local. And would it be classed as a essential journey? I'm not sure if it would. Yeah, that's the Badger. And I was also suggested I buy it from a local motor factory. Well, the same thing. The nearest one to me is in Dursley, and I don't actually think they stock those. So, in fact, the last 3 times I've been over there to get something, they haven't had what I wanted. So I wanted a battery. I needed to get this done. I use this torch quite a lot for lambing, because it's a nice big bulky box. It's nice and simple for me just to stick the lamp in there and, you know, see what I'm doing. So I will quickly put you back together. It should only take me a few minutes. I did have a look to see if I could get this torch online anymore. It appears they're no longer made, although I can buy this bit. I can actually buy the entire box and bits bobs, and the lamp comes separate. So I could do it. Right, that goes in there. Very noisy. My wife will tell me off. That's got to go back inside there. That is going to be tight. It was tight to get out, and it's going to be tight to put back in. I'm not sure if this battery is not a fraction bigger actually. Definitely goes that way. Okay. Now I wonder. Ah, right. Okay. It's just it. I think. Have I sussed it? Now I've sussed it. Right. Dogs have got barkitis this morning. Pretty much they're convinced that something's around. Alright, so that can go in there. That can go back in there. That one on there. This is quite a simple fix, to be honest. Well, it is, providing it works. I will find out when I put this thing on charge. Okay, so live first. Still not very tight now, is it? I had it on just now, pull it off again. Live first, he's on there. Earth. That goes over the top of there. Like that. That's it. Job done. Right, so that's my torch hopefully fixed. The next thing is, week or two back I put up a video with when I was starting the 695, and I struggled with it. It didn't want to go, and lots of suggestions with different starter motors and new batteries and stuff like that. But at least one person, and I've just gone back through the comments and I can't find him because I would have credited him with the idea even though I was thinking about it, had the same idea as me. In the barn somewhere I've got a battery insulator for a hydraulic winch, not hydraulic, electric winch. Did you want something? That's all right. And I was going to use that, but the thing is, it's old and I'm not done as I trust it. So you're stealing something.
Don't steal something, it's mine.
Stealing off my table. Right, anyway, that's that bit done. Next thing is, this is not something that's been sent in, this is something that I've ordered myself. And it could be one of two things, because of the size of the box. I'm not actually sure what's in here yet. Okay, jump leads. I need to do something with the starter on the tractor, and so I needed new cables. The cables for the battery are pretty much shot, so I need new cables. So I went online, I looked around trying to find red and black cable that I can use for the battery terminals, and it's really expensive. But you know what the easiest thing was? I bought a set of heavy duty 3000 amp booster cables, 6 meters these are, and that actually worked out about almost a tenner cheaper than buying just the cable by itself. So only thing is, now I've got them, they're a bit too good to cut up. So I might actually cut up one of my older sets of cables and not them, because one of my older sets does have a dodgy crocodile clip. So if that was that in there, what's this in here? This has got to be a set of ratchet straps from my trailer. I'm assuming. Oh, it's a box within a box. Heavy. So in here, hopefully, on my transport trailer, pretty sure that's what this is. I've never had a set of proper, yes, that's what it is. I've never had a set of proper tie-down straps for recovery, which is these straps you go over the wheels to actually lock the vehicle on there. And it was one of those things where we've had a couple of breakdowns recently, and I did think it was about time. I'm not going to take it out of the box, but I'll show you guys. So basically this is a set of straps to go on 4 wheels of a vehicle that when I mount it on the trailer, I can literally just lock it on there. Right, that's that. That's been on my watch list on the Amazon shop for ages, and it was a case I was making an order a while ago, actually when I started doing this, and I had to make it up to over 20 quid to get free delivery. So I added this on, and then I bought a load more stuff as well. Alright, so is that is all of that done. I am still waiting for a isolator switch. I was talking earlier about putting an isolator switch for the 12-volt battery on the tractor off of an electric winch. I decided against it. I didn't know if it was really going to be man enough for the job with the amps I'm going to be pulling through there. It probably is, but I wasn't sure. So I've actually bought one, but that hasn't arrived yet. So a little project for sometime in the next week or so, whenever all the bits are here, is we're going to change out the battery leads on the 695, and in the circuit we're going to put a breaker on the positive side, on the live side, that I can actually isolate the battery completely. So the idea is that it should not discharge. Shouldn't. Anyway, back to my coffee and my Kit Kat. Yeah, I didn't slurp it that time. Running a bit late today, but it's an interesting sky out there. Pretty.